Good morning, everyone. Hello everyone, good morning. I am going to start my session. Marathon study I am going to conduct. So you can join me silently, you can focus, you can study. Okay, so you can join me and I will give two questions, two audit questions, and you have to write it down without seeing your book.
स्वागत है आप सबका टू दिस क्यूट मस्ती वाली रिवीजन ऑफ SA 210 की इस रिवीजन में आप सबका स्वागत है।
FRF is acceptable. Acceptable. And the second one is agreement of management, that is under acknowledges and understands. information, access to all information, unrestricted areas. That is additional information, access to all information, unrestricted areas. Okay, fine. That auditor may additional information that auditor may require initially. Okay. Hello, good morning. Craziest boy, are you also a CA student? If you are also a CA student, want to written practice. No, I am in game. Oh, okay. Game developer. So, are you doing any job now or learning? Currently, I am learning. I will do job after few months. Okay, fine. Best of luck. Do your best in your field. Okay. Thanks for joining me, motivating me. If you are still there. Hello, Adi. Hi, Adi. Good morning. Thanks for joining me, motivating me. आते रहना, ठीक है? Are you also a student? Is it 200 agreeing the terms of audit engagement? Auditors shall accept continue audit engagement only when basis on which it's performed it agreed through establishing preconditions, confirming common understanding between auditor, etc. I told you yesterday both group. Oh, Adi, you are. Did your DP change? Yes, remember. I remember only the name actually, so that's why I thought it's another Adi, but it's you. That's great. You came again. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा. Thank you. चलो प्रिपरेशन करते हैं अच्छे से. Reason for what? आदि तुम एक काम कर सकते हो अगर डू यू अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी इफ़ यू हैव लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल you can comment below. I will send a request, or you can just paste your link, your profile link below. I will send request if you are interested to connect with me, because we both are going to give exams. That's why only exam purpose. Which is performed is agreed through establishing preconditions of audit are present, confirming common understanding between auditor management. One of preconditions is to obtain agreement from management that is acknowledge and understand responsibility for PPFs as per internal control. हो Oh, okay, okay, sure. I also deactivated my all accounts, including WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, all. But I just kept my LinkedIn profile so that I can connect with professional peoples. That's why, and I can build connections. So I kept it. Okay, no problem. You can see me anytime after exam. Fact of case, CX is insisting management for agreement regarding responsibility for internal control to prepare FS3 for material misstatement, but management is not agreeing to this. Conclusion, CX views is proper. If management does not provide agreement, CX should discuss matter with management and not accept audit unless required by law or regulation. Contents of engagement letter definition, agreed terms recorded in engagement letter or other written agreements. Who sends yield to whom? Auditor to client. I am using a keypad phone for this month. Oh, great! That's unbelievable. Great, great. You are truly amazing. That much sacrifice, you will definitely do your exam well. That's very inspiring. Very inspiring. Good. But then how you are watching my live? Contents of engagement letter. Agreed terms recorded in engagement letter, other written agreement. Definition. I have kept laptop for classes and all. Oh, right. That's good. Actually, I'm a student at Hindu college. To score good. Oh my god. So now I am talking to a topper. Best wishes for your future. No. Yes. You are. But anyway, just go ahead. Just go ahead. Thank you. Thanks again. Agreed terms recorded in engagement letter or other written agreement recorded in engagement letter or other written agreements. Whoever just silently liked my videos, my live, thank you so much for your support. Hello, good morning everyone. Do your preparation well. Good morning everyone. Do your preparation well. Reference to expected form. Reference to expected form and content of reports to be issued by auditor. Reference essay 210. stuck in this page only. That's very bad. The expected from reference to expected from also poor. For me, very difficult. Report may differ from the expected. गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन। क्या पता मुझे पढ़ने देख के आपको भी पढ़ने का मन कर जाए। डिफर फॉर विच रिपोर्ट में डिफर फ्रॉम एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम में डिफर फ्रॉम रिपोर्ट में डिफर फ्रॉम expected from the content. एग्ज़ाम सामने है तो सब अच्छे से पढ़ो। क्या पता मुझे पढ़ के देख के आपको भी पढ़ने का मन कर जाए, इसलिए तो मैं लाइव कर रही हूँ। Do your preparation well, everyone. Hey everyone, do your preparation well for the exam. सब अच्छे से प्रिपरेशन करो, ठीक है? To the one who is watching my video, are you also a CA student? Let me know in the comment section if you want, otherwise no problem. Hello everyone, good morning. If you are watching my live, then you should focus your study. I just make sure that तुम्हें भी इच्छा हो जाए थोड़ा पढ़ने का. You can connect me on LinkedIn if you want. If you are also a CA student, fair. मैंने कुछ एनिमेशन शॉर्ट्स बनाए हैं ऑडिट के ऊपर, तो अगर आप लोग चाहो तो देख सकते हो, मेरी यूट्यूब चैनल पे ही है शॉर्ट्स पे. Do you also feel back pain during study? अपने हिसाब से बकबक करती रहती हूँ, कोई ना कोई तो रिप्लाई दे ही देगा, है ना। थोड़ी पढ़ाई भी हो जाती है व्यूज़ के चक्कर में। বোধহয় এই অ্যাটেম্পটা ক্লিয়ারও হয়ে যাবে, এবার দেখা যাক। This is a virtual classroom. If you want to join me, you can just join and focus on your study. Just मुझे म्यूट कर देना और फिर अपने स्टडी पे फोकस करना, अपना प्रिपरेशन सब अच्छे से करना, ठीक है। shorts, it's too much now. Hello, good morning everyone. If you are also a CS parent or any student, you can just comment me below. जब तक कमेंट आते रहेंगे मैं पढ़ती रहूँगी. I am in inter, Ramesh. I am in inter. I am preparing for group 2. And you? Ramesh, can you hear me? Am I audible? I am in inter, CA inter. Preparing for group 2. Are you in inter or foundation, Ramesh? Am I audible now? Confirm me in the comment box that you can hear me. Hello Sachin. Sachin, please let me know. Am I audible? क्या तुम मुझे सुन पा रहे हो? Someone please confirm me, am I audible or not? Please confirm me. Hello. Hello, someone please confirm me. Am I audible or not? कैन यू हियर मी? क्या तुम मुझे सुन सकते हो? प्लीज़ कंफर्म करो कमेंट बॉक्स में. हेलो, इज देयर हैव एनीवन? हेलो, इज देयर हैव एनीवन? हेलो, इज देयर हैव Is there have anyone from me? Am I on? To the one who just liked my live streams, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because I'm a beginner and that's a lot for me. Whoever just subscribed my channel, thank you so much. I am a beginner and that's a big support for me. Thank you so much to the one who just subscribed my channel. Hello, good morning Rahul. Are you also a CS parent? Or you are doing any other job? or any other study. Thank you to the one who just liked my live. That's a lot for me as I am a beginner. So this is a big support. Can someone just confirm me, am I audible or not? Level of CA. Karan, I am in Inter, CA Inter. I'm preparing for Inter Group 2. करण, अगर आप मुझे सुन सकते हो प्लीज़ एक बार कंफर्म कर दो, क्योंकि मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा है कि मैं ऑडिबल हूँ भी या नहीं. कोई तो कंफर्म कर दो. Yes, I can. Okay, fine. Thank you for your confirmation, Karan. Incorrect, incomplete, understand, no, unsatisfactory, incorrect, incomplete, unsatisfactory. them, they can relate me that how people দাঁড়াও লাইভ চলছে। তো একটু এটা হ্যান্ডেল কর, আমি দেখছি। এই আমি তাড়াতাড়ি করে নিচ্ছি। যদি তুই একটু এটা হ্যান্ডেল কর, আমি তাড়াতাড়ি করে নিচ্ছি। মনিটর কর, মনিটর।
తెలుగు ఉన్నతాయ ఉన్నతి నీకన్ను కన్నే కన్ను కన్నతే
আসতে কর রনি আরেকটু গান কর Who are still watching my video? I want to know your name. Please write in comment section. বললাম বলে পালিয়ে গেল ভাই আমার ল্যাপটপটা চার্জ হচ্ছিল, তুই খুলে দিয়েছিস? কেন? সবে বসেছিল। Thank you to the one who just liked my live. It's a lot for me because I am a beginner now and it's a big support. Thank you. And then 5-10 minute break, then I will continue my session. Okay, I just completed my notes. Now I will read audit, question bank and MCQ, then my revision will complete. যদি আবার দেখা হয় তোমার আছে যত What are you doing, bro? That's very bad, very bad. কেমন করছে মা মাসি
হ্যালো আমি আবার বন্ধ করে দিয়েছি তোমার ফোন দিয়ে মানে তোমার ফোনে ব্যাক ক্যামেরা করে মেসেজ করতে না যেরকম বললাম তাহলে যখন করা যাবে তখন বলবে আজকে আমি বাড়ি আসছি জ্বালায় মদ খেয়ে দিচ্ছি ওখানে দাও
জানি না তুই দেখ
কেটে দাও কেটে দাও মায়ের ফোন নিয়ে এই ঘরে মায়ের ফোন ওই ঘরে আছে
again. To the one who just subscribed my channel, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I'm a beginner, so you just subscribed my channel without knowing me, without seeing me. That means a lot. Thank you. Akansha Bijlani, are you here? Thank you for subscribing my channel. Okay, first of all, question bank, then MCQ. Agreed the terms agreed the terms of audit engagement. Chirag, as a part of article training, is a part of an engagement team coaching team conducting audit of a company. He has read somewhere that engagement letter issued by auditor to client also includes expected form and content of the auditor's report. He was at a loss to understand how could an auditor include form and content of the report beforehand. Try to help Chirag by making things clear to him. Engagement letter includes reference to expected form and content of audit report. It merely states that auditor would provide opinion in this form. However, engagement letter also includes statement that the form and content of report may need to be amended in the light of audit findings. Therefore, if in light of audit findings, auditor needs to give a modified opinion, he shall do so. Okay. Now, the management of an entity feels that it is not necessary for it to give in writing explicitly to the auditor that it understands its responsibilities and for preparation of financial statements in accordance with applicable financial reporting framework. Discuss whether it is necessary for the management to do so. In case management refuses, why should an auditor not accept the proposed engagement? Not understand the question. The management of an entity feels that it is not necessary for it to give in writing explicitly to the auditor that it understands its responsibilities for preparation of financial statements in accordance with FR have discussed whether it is necessary for the management to do so. In case management refuses, why should an auditor not accept the proposed engagement? It is necessary for management to give in writing explicitly to the auditor that it understands its responsibility for preparation of financial statement according to the applicable financial reporting framework. It is a necessary precondition for an audit in accordance with ASA 210. If the preconditions for an audit are not present, the auditor shall discuss the matter with management. Unless required by law or regulation to do so, the auditor shall not accept the proposed audit engagement. Shall not accept the proposed audit engagement. If the auditor has determined that the financial reporting framework to be applied in the preparation of the financial statements is unacceptable, or reporting framework that the financial reporting framework to be applied in the preparation of financial statements is unacceptable, or if the agreement of management is not obtained on matters relating to understanding of responsibility of money, management is not obtained on matters related to understanding of responsibility of management and preparation of financial statements. Internet controls for preparation of financial statements, providing access to all information to auditor on unrestricted access to persons within the entity. Preparation of financial statements. If the agreement of management is not obtained on matters relating to understanding of the responsibility of if the agreement of management is not obtained on matters relating to understanding of preparation of financial statements, বুঝছি না ভালো করে if the agreement of management is not obtained on matters relating to understanding of responsibility of management and preparation of financial statements, internal controls for preparation of financial statements, providing access to all information to auditor and unrestricted access to persons within the entity for preparation of financial statements, providing access to all information. Access to all information আরেকটা কি ছিল আনরেস্ট্রিক্টেড অ্যাক্সেস আর একটা কিছু অ্যাডিশনাল ইনফরমেশনও হতে হবে যাই হোক access to persons within the entity unless required by law or regulation to do so. Such a refusal on the part of auditor is necessary as management is not willing to accept its responsibility for preparation of financial statements in accordance with applicable financial reporting framework unless required by law or regulation to do so. Unless required by law or regulation to do so. Such refusal on the part of auditor is necessary as management is not willing to accept its responsibility for preparation of financial statements in accordance with applicable financial framework, and audit is conducted on the basic premises according to SA 210. When basic premise on which audit is conducted is not fulfilled, refusals by auditor is necessary. of the following is not necessary to establish precondition for an audit? Acceptability of financial reporting framework. Okay. Which of the following is not necessary to establish preconditions for an audit? Acceptability of financial reporting framework. Not necessary to establish precondition for an audit. Of financial reporting framework. Management of cooperation from management in designing audit procedure. Cooperation and design audit procedure. Management for management of providing access to persons within company. Management of management understanding is responsible for preparation of financial statements. Answer B. Okay, fine. The audit engagement letter is sent by the client to auditor. The audit engagement letter is sent by the client to auditor. No, that's incorrect. Okay, first question. Mr. J is an article clerk with a big chartered accountants firm. He is a part of the engagement team which is conducting the audit of a company for the first time. They are assigned with the work of preparing the draft audit engagement letter. Okay, he is a part of the engagement team which is conducting the audit of a company for the first time. They are assigned with the work of preparing the draft of audit engagement letter. Mr. J is not sure how to go about with this work. Explain what is audit engagement letter and what are its contents. The auditor shall agree the terms of the audit engagement with management. Audit engagement letter. What is audit engagement letter? What are its contents? The agree the terms of the audit engagement with management of those charged with governance as appropriate. The agreed terms of the audit engagement shall be recorded in an audit engagement letter or the other suitable form in written agreement. Form of written agreement. Who gives engagement letter to whom and what is included? Who gives engagement letter to whom and what is included in such a letter? Okay, fine. CA Paras has accepted audit of financial statement of an entity according to the standards on auditing. The auditor is required to send an audit engagement letter to the entity. The auditor is required to send an audit engagement letter. Okay. The auditor is required to send an audit engagement letter to the entity. What are the key areas that should be included in the audit engagement letter? What are the areas? What are the areas that should be included in audit engagement letter? Under what circumstances is the auditor not required to record the what circumstances not required to record the terms of engagement? Oh God, পুরো আছে সবটা. Audit engagement letter definition. The auditor shall agree the terms of the audit engagement with management or those charged with governments as appropriate. The agreed terms of the audit engagement. The auditor shall agree the terms of the audit engagement with. Acha. The agreed terms of the audit engagement are recorded in a letter or other suitable form of written agreement. Such an agreement is known as audit engagement letter. The audit engagement letter is sent by the auditor to his client. It is in the interest of both. It is in the interest of both the auditor and the client to issue an engagement letter so that the possibility of misunderstanding is reduced to a great extent. Okay, fine. It is in the interest of both, for the auditor and the client, to issue an engagement letter so that the possibility of misunderstanding is reduced to great extent level, so that the possibility of misunderstanding is reduced. The possibility of misunderstanding is reduced to a great extent. Fine. Audit engagement letter includes the objective and scope of audit, of the audit of FS, the responsibilities of auditor, the responsibility of management, identification of the applicable FRF for the preparation of financial statements, and reference to the expected form and content of any reports to be issued by the auditor, and a statement that there may be circumstances in which a report may differ from its expected form and content. Report may differ. Reference to the expected reference, first reference দেবে, reference to the expected from, যেটা expected হতে পারে form and content এরকম হতে পারে, form and content of any reports to be issued by the auditor, and a statement that there may be circumstances, এমন situation হতে পারে in which a report may differ from its expected form and content, যেখানে কিনা রিপোর্টটা পুরোপুরি চেঞ্জ হতে পারে যেমনটা এক্সপেক্ট করা হয়েছিল তার থেকে, if law regulation prescribes in sufficient detail the term of the audit engagement. If law or regulation prescribes in sufficient detail um, the terms of the audit engagement, the auditor need not record them in a written agreement except for the fact that such law or regulation applies and that management acknowledges and understands its responsibilities. Okay, fine. Enumerate the factors that may take appropriate to revise the terms of the audit engagement or to remind the entity of existing terms. Factors that may make it appropriate to revise the terms. Okay, বুঝেছি. A chartered accountant is conducting audit of a client for last 2 years. Before proceeding to start audit for next year, he notices that there is substantial change in management. Besides, client has ventured into areas of business activity which were not present at time of accepting initial audit engagement. Discuss responsibility of auditor in this regard in context of SA 210. CA Rohit is conducting the audit of Taste Limited, a food production company, for the last 2 years. Before commencing the audit for the year, he observed that the company has undergone a major shift in its product line by expanding into pharmaceuticals. CA Rohit is conducting the audit of a taste food production company for the last 2 years. Before commencing the audit for the year, he observed that the company has undergone a major shift in this product line by expanding into pharmaceuticals. Besides this, the company is now subject to a new regulatory reporting requirements. These developments were not present at the time of accepting the initial auditing. This is of the view of that there is no need to issue a new audit engagement letter. Examine the viewpoint of CA Rohit is appropriate in accordance with the relevant standard. As per AC 210, agreeing the terms of audit engagement, recurring audit is an audit which is performed by an auditor over years. Recurring audit is an audit which is performed by an auditor over years. On recurring audits, the auditor shall assess whether circumstances require the terms of the audit engagement to be revised. There is a need to remind the entity of the existing terms of the audit engagement. The auditor may decide not to send a new audit engagement letter or other written agreement each period. However, the following factors may make it appropriate to revise the terms of the audit engagement to remind the entity of the existing terms. Any indication that the entity misunderstands the objective and scope of the audit, any revised or special terms of the audit engagement, or recent change in senior management, significant change in ownership, significant change in nature or size of the entity's business, a change in regulatory requirements, a change in Financial reporting framework adopted in the preparation of financial statements and change in other reporting requirements. Facts: in the given case, Taste Limited, a food production company, has undergone a major shift in its product line by expanding into pharmaceutical, and the company is also subject to a new regulatory reporting requirements. In view of above mentioned factors, it is appropriate to revise the terms of the audit engagement according with SA 210. Conclusion: thus, the viewpoint of CA Rohit regarding no need for issuance of a new engagement letter is not correct. CA Rohit is required to send a revised audit engagement letter. Okay, I'll go to Baki. Oh, sorry guys. Lucky Limited, a mid-sized manufacturing company, has approached CA as a qualified chartered accountant to conduct the audit for the financial year ended March. The company requested CA to require CAS a qualified chartered accountant to conduct the audit for the financial year. The company requests CAS to give an acceptance for the audit so that the audit can be commenced within time. With reference to not understand. Lucky Limited Mixed Company has approached CAS qualified chartered accountant to conduct the audit for the financial year. The company requests CAS to give acceptance for the audit so that audit can be commenced within time. With reference to how the auditor will establish that whether the precondition for an auditor present, in order to establish context, discuss responsibility of auditor. Okay. No need to issue a new auditor opinion. Expanding new regulatory reporting requirements. Fine. Now, CA Mira, before accepting audit of an educational society, wants to ensure that management of society acknowledges and understands its responsibility in respect of certain matters. Not only this, but C also wants to confirm that management is in agreement with these matters required in connection with standards already discussed. CA Mira, before accepting audit of an educational society, wants to ensure that management of society not only this, but she also wants to confirm that management is in agreement with these matters required in connection with standard. Confirm that management also wants to confirm that management is in agreement with these matters required in connection with standards and audits discuss such matters. In order to establish whether the precondition for an auditor present, the auditor shall determine whether the financial reporting framework is acceptable and obtain establish whether the financial reporting and obtain the agreement of management that it and understand its responsibility for the preparation of the financial statement in accordance with the applicable reporting framework for the internal control as management consider necessary to provide the auditor for access to all information such as records, documentation and other matters additional information that the auditor may request from management for the purpose of the audit. Unrestricted access to persons within the entity from whom the auditor determines it necessary to obtain audit evidence. This may require in connection to discuss such matters. to ensure responsibility. Wing Limited has appointed CAG as its statutory auditor for during preliminary discussion. CAG observes that the company prepares financial statements using the prescribed financial prepares financial statement prescribed financial reporting framework, by management is unwilling to give a formal acknowledgement of its responsibilities for preparing the financial statement, maintenance of the internal controls, and providing access to reports and personal. Management also states that certain documents will be provided only on request, and interviews of staff will require prior approval based on evaluate whether the preconditions present how you should proceed. Preconditions same as question. Okay, understand. Fact analysis. The management of the individual has not diagnosed its responsibilities and is restricting access to information and personal. The preconditions for an audit are not present as well. Therefore, decline the engagement unless the management agrees to fulfill the obligation. Under SC 210 before the audit begins. An auditor who before the completion of the engagement is requested to change the engagement to one which provides a lower level of assurance should consider the appropriateness of doing so, explain the circumstances which may contribute towards a request from the client for the auditor to change the engagement. An auditor who, before the completion of the engagement, is requested to change the engagement to one which provides a lower level of assurance. Okay, change the engagement. Change. Okay. I should consider appropriateness of doing so. Explain the circumstances which may contribute towards request or to change the engagement. An auditor who before the completion of the engagement is requested to change the engagement to one which provides a lower level of assurance should consider the appropriateness of doing so. Request from the client for the auditor to change the engagement may result from a change in circumstances. এখানে কি বলেছে করতে পারে কি না কোশ্চেনটা কি বলেছে an auditor who before the completion of requested to change the on which should consider the appropriateness of doing so. Explain the scenario which may contribute towards the request of the matter who become the completion of this requested to of doing so. The request from the client of for our auditor to change their engagement may result from a change in circumstances affecting the need of the services misunderstanding RCM changing restriction circumstances or misunderstanding change in circumstances affecting the need for the service misunderstanding as the nature of an audit or related service originally requested change in circumstances affecting the need for the service a misunderstanding as to the nature of an audit or related service originally requested as a restriction on the scope of the engagement whether imposed by management a restriction on the scope of the management need affecting the need change হয়ে গেছে okay no restriction on the scope of the engagement whether imposed by management or caused circumstances কিছু করতে CX has been offered audit of financial statement of TDK Industries, a partnership firm. Prior to accepting proposed offer, he insists upon obtaining an arrangement of management regarding acknowledgement of its acknowledgement of its responsibility of having a proper process in place to ensure that the that finance not understanding. CAX has been offered audit of financial a partnership firm. Okay. Prior to accepting proposal, I insist upon obtaining an agreement of management regarding acknowledgement of having a proper process in place to ensure that financial statements prepared are free from material. However, management is of the view that it is auditor's duty to detect financial statements as such an instance. By auditor is totally uncalled for. However, management is the view prepare the case to ensure that financial are proper. However, management is of the view that the financial data notice because the auditor totally uncalled for. Who is provided at your conclusion, what should be likely proper course of action situation? We should to understand this with the auditors with the terms of the audit engagement with management and where appropriate to such with governments. This includes establishing that certain precondition for an audit be responsible for which rest the with management and where appropriate those with governance are present. Those such with governance. This includes establishing that certain preconditions for an audit responsible for which rest those such as those with government present. The objective of the auditor is to accept or continue an audit engagement only when the basis of which needs to be performed has been agreed to, whether the precondition for an auditor present performing that there is within the management and where appropriate to serve with one of the preconditions for an audit is to obtain agreement of management that it acknowledges and does for such internal control as is necessary to enable preparation of financial data free from to enable preparation of financial data free from statements. In the given case situation, CAX is incident only upon obtaining an agreement of management regarding acknowledgement of such responsible of internal control to enable preparation of financial data free from material misstatement. কোথায় আছে design implementation and maintenance of acknowledging its responsibility, the auditor shall accept proposed audit engagement unless required by law or regulations. NEPA Limited initially requested for audit engagement for the financial year. However, midway through the audit process, the management claims that they are unable to provide complete supporting documents. The midway, they are unable to provide complete supporting documentation for a significant portion of as a result, the management asked the auditor to change the audit engagement to review engagement agreement that it would prevent the issuance of a a qualified opinion. The auditor is now facing challenge in determining whether this change is justified or not. Comment in accordance with relevant essay. As per essay 200, agreeing the terms of audit engagement, a request from the editor for the auditor to change the terms of the audit engagement may result from, as per essay 210. As per 210, agreeing the terms of audit engagements are request from the entity for the auditor to change the terms of the audit engagement result from a change in circumstance affecting the need for the service. Misunderstanding as to the nature of an audit as urgent request to on scope, restriction on scope of the audit engagement, whether imposed by management or caused by other circumstances. The auditor considers the justification given for the request, particularly question of a restriction on the scope of the auditor considers the justification given for the request, particularly the implication of restriction on the scope of the audit engagement. Changing services that affect the entity's requirements or misunderstanding concerning the nature of the service origin request may be considered as reasonable basis for requesting a change in the audit engagement. In contrast, a change may not be considered reasonable if it appears that the change relates to information that is incorrect, incomplete, or otherwise unsatisfactory. An example might be where you the auditor is unable to obtain might be where the auditor is unable to obtain a sufficient appropriate or recognizable under entity asks for the audit engagement to be changed to the review engagement to avoid a qualified opinion or a disclaimer of opinion. Qualified opinion or the disclaimer or a disclaimer of opinion. কি করে বুঝবো? Qualified নাকি disclaimer? Qualified নাকি disclaimer? ওকে এভিডেন্স পাওয়া যায়নি তাহলে কোয়ালিফাইড হবে না ডিসক্লেমার হবে রাইট disclaimer. Conclusion is the limited request for the audit engagement to be changed to avoid qualified is not reasonable. Test your understanding. Okay, I have done 3 minutes before. Now MCQ. If anyone watching my live, I can make sure you that if you study well, you will feel well. Okay, you can feel better, confident. So do study properly. Again, the terms of audit engagement. Which of the following is not included in engagement letter sent by auditor to client? Which of the following is not included in engagement letter sent by auditor to client? Which of the following is not included? আচ্ছা কোনটা included থাকে না engagement letter? Responsibility of responsibility of management, auditor fees, tangible benefits of audit. Auditors fees ও থাকে, auditors fees ও থাকে engagement letter মনে হয়, কিন্তু ওটা লেখা নেই, বাট tangible benefits of audited থাকে না। I think D option, I choose option D. কটা questions আছে? সব মিক্স করে দেওয়া আছে, এখানে তো চ্যাপ্টার ওয়াইজ দেওয়া নেই। ওকে, নো প্রবলেম। Okay. A request from the client for the auditor to change the engagement may result from change in circumstances affecting misunderstanding restrictions. Both. 1 2 3 তিনটে সি অপশন সি আই চুজ আচ্ছা MS RJ and Associate Chartered Accountant has been auditing the books of GP Resorts Private Limited for the past 2 years. আমাকে আমার স্পিডটা বাড়াতে হবে যাতে আমি এক্সামে খুব তাড়াতাড়ি এমসিকিউগুলো পড়তে পারি আর তাড়াতাড়ি আনসার দিতে পারি সেই হিসাবে ওকে books of GP Resorts Private Limited for the past 2 years. GP Resorts Private Limited has experienced a significant increase in ঠিক আছে পড়া শুরু করেছি যখন পড়ে নিয়ে আরেকবার রিভাইজ MS Raja and Associates Chartered Accountant has been auditing the books of GP Resorts Private Limited for the past 2 years. GP Resorts Private Limited has experienced a significant increase in visitors due to successful marketing campaign. This increase in number of visitors has prompted the resort to introduce new services such as event hosting, which contribute to higher revenue. Whether MS RJ and Associates should issue a revised audit engagement letter to the GP Resort Private Limited. Revised audit letter ভালো বললাম না significant increase okay significant increase experience করেছে in visitor due to a successful marketing campaign. The increase in number of visitors has prompted no yes the auditor required to issue a new annual letter for each period. Yes the new annual is required due to significant changes in blah 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 okay so I choose option C. Next সে এর কোয়েশ্চেনটা আগে কি জিজ্ঞেস করেছে পড়ে নেবো তারপরে কোয়েশ্চেন করবো পুরো কোয়েশ্চেন ও মাত্র এই চারটে কোয়েশ্চেনে ছিল তাড়াতাড়ি বলেছে চুজ দ্য মোস্ট অ্যাপ্রোপ্রিয়েট অপশন কোয়েশ্চেনই ছোট আছে পুরো CMS approach by developer to conduct the audit during the preparation pre-engagement is on the management himself that the scope of the audit should exclude verification of inventory already been reported by the internal auditing management also expects the reports you should have signed the auditor may proceed with the auditor can expect the auditor shall not accept audit where management imposes limitation on scope before the audit report can be issued with the testimony. No, C. Choose option C. Let's check. D. এখানে D. Okay. ও আচ্ছা আচ্ছা and হবে না or হবে that's incorrect okay ভুল গেছে একটা সো রিভিশন ভুল গেছে ফাইন এটা ডি হবে আর 3C আর 4C ওকে ফাইন আর SQC1 আর CSS 220 আমার পড়া হয়ে গেছে বাট ওটা তাও একবার রিড করতে হবে নাহলে আমি হয়তো পারবো না করতে মনে তো হয় পড়ে নেব So essay 210 is done. একটু নোটসটা পড়ে নিই একটা স্মল এসে ডান করলাম তাতেও একটু কনফিডেন্ট লাগছে জোসেফ আর কন্টিনিউ অবজেক্টিভ যদি অবজেক্টিভ জিজ্ঞেস করে তাহলে এটা বলতে হবে মনে থাকে না অবজেক্টিভ ইজ টু এজ এ ফাইনাল অবজেক্টিভ টু accept or continue audit only when basis upon which is performed has been agreed through establishing whether preconditions for audit are present are common understanding between auditor and management to establish whether is precondition for auditor present auditors shall determine whether FRF is accept preconditions কোনগুলো এবারে preconditions অবজেক্টিভ করে নিচ্ছি যে প্রিকন্ডিশন থাকতে হবে কমন আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং থাকতে হবে প্রিকন্ডিশনস হচ্ছে তোমার হতে হবে এফআরএফ অ্যাকসেপ্টেবল হতে হবে এগ্রিমেন্ট অফ ম্যানেজমেন্ট অ্যাকনোলেজ আর আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড করতে হবে ম্যানেজমেন্টকে রেসপন্সিবিলিটি নিজের দেন তার আন্ডারে থাকবে প্রিপারেশন যে প্রিপারেশন অফ এফএস অ্যাজ পার এফআরএফ তবে ইন্টারনাল কন্ট্রোল নেসেসারি টু এনেবল প্রিপারেশন অফ এফএস ফ্রম ফ্রি ফর্ম ম্যাটেরিয়াল ডিউ টু ফ্রড অ্যান্ড এরর অ্যান্ড অ্যাক্সেস টু access to all information, additional information, and restricted access within the entity to obtain audit evidence from any personnel. What if preconditions not present? Discuss with management the matter. Discuss the matter with management, and unless required by law and regulation, auditors shall not accept audit engagement. Okay, contents of engagement letter. Contents যদি জিজ্ঞেস করে, যদি contents জিজ্ঞেস করে, ভালো করে যদি contents জিজ্ঞেস করে, তাহলে কি লিখতে হবে? contents 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 জিজ্ঞেস করলে লিখতে হবে objective and scope of audit phases. Agreed terms of engagement shall be recorded on agreed terms of engagement shall be recorded in engagement letter or the suitable written agreement is sent by auditor to his client purposes to reduce misunderstanding. It shall include include objective and scope of audit of FS, responsibility of management, responsibility of auditor, identification for preparation of financial statement, reference to expected form and contents of reports to be issued by auditor, and statement that there may be circumstances in which report may differ from its expected form and content. It's written. Contents of engagement letter. Agreed terms. Contents of engagement letter. Agreed terms should be written. Agreed terms of engagement shall be. Agreed terms of engagement shall be recorded in engagement letter or other suitable written form. Written agreement লেখা থাকতে হবে, and engagement letter is sent by auditor to his client to reduce misunderstanding. Purpose is to reduce misunderstanding. Okay, it shall include objective of and scope. Objective and scope of audit of FS. তারপরে responsibility of auditor, responsibility of management, identification of FRF, applicable financial reporting framework for preparation of FS, আর reference to expected form and content. এটা এক নেবে মানে একটা ম্যানেজমেন্টের একটা রেসপন্সিবিলিটি, একটা অডিটর রেসপন্সিবিলিটি, মানে রেফারেন্স টু expected form and content of reports to be issued by auditor. Reference to expected form and content of reports to be issued by auditor. The circumstances may differ from report may differ. Issued by auditor and a statement. Kiki reference to expected form and content issued by auditor, and a statement that in the different circumstances that there may be circumstances in which report may differ from its expected form and content. Okay, fine. If law or regulation prescribes in sufficient detail terms of audit engagement, auditor need not record them in written agreement except for fact that such law or regulation applies, and understand and acknowledge his responsibility. Yes. Management DCWJ impose limitation of scope. যদি করে তাহলে auditor believes limitation would result in disclaimer of offense, should not accept the limited engagement unless required by non-regulation. It should be written. Acceptance change in terms of audit engagement. Acceptance of change. Auditor shall not agree to change in terms of audit engagement if no reasonable justification. Reasonable justification থাকলে accept করব, reasonable justification না থাকলে accept করব না. Request from entity to change terms of audit engagement by reasonable justification exists. কি তিনটা কারণ হতে পারে? RCM restriction on scope, circumstances different, misunderstanding. Because from entity for auditor to change terms of audit engagement result from change in circumstances affecting need for service. So misunderstanding as to nature of an audit as originally requested. Misunderstanding as to nature of an audit as original. Misunderstanding as to nature of an audit as originally requested. Restriction of scope of audit and whether imposed by management or other circumstances. Auditor considers justification given change in service. Auditor considers consider করবে. Auditor considers justification given change in circumstances or misunderstanding concerning nature of service originally requested. Management may auditor Change in circumstances or misunderstanding concerning nature of service originally requested manage nature of service originally requested concerning nature of service may be considered reasonable basis for requesting change in audit engagement. May be considered for reasonable basis of change in audit engagement. In contrast, a change may not be considered reasonable if it relates to information that is incorrect, incomplete, or unsatisfactory. In contrast, a change may not be considered. A change may not be considered reasonable if it is relates to information. A change may not be considered if it is relates to information that's incorrect, incomplete, and unsatisfactory. So, তাহলে কি হচ্ছে চেঞ্জ ইন সার্কামস্টেন্সেস অ্যান্ড মিসআন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং concerning nature of service. Change in circumstances and misunderstanding concerning nature of service originally requested may be considered reasonable basis for requesting change in audit engagement. In contrast, a change may not be considered reasonable if it relates to information that is incorrect, incomplete, if it relates to information that is incorrect, incomplete, and unsatisfactory. Okay, engagement example might be where auditor unable to obtain sufficient audit evidence regarding receivables and entity as per audit engagement to be changed to avoid a qualified as disclaimer of opinion. What should auditor consider before agreeing to change audit engagement to change providing lower level of assurance? If proper to completing auditor is requested to change audit engagement to an engagement that confers lower level of assurance determine whether there is a reasonable justification. Before agreeing to change, may also assess legal or contractual implications of change. What should auditor consider before agreeing to change? Should auditor consider before agreeing to change? যদি বলে auditor consider before agreeing to change. ঠিক আছে, যদি এটা বলে তাহলে বলবো to engagement providing lower level of assurance. If prior to completing auditor is requested to change audit engagement to an engagement that conveys lower level of assurance, determine whether there is a reasonable justification. Then before agreeing to change, may also assess legal or contextual implication of change. If auditor concludes there is reasonable justification, audit work performed till date of change may be relevant to change engagement. However, work required to be performed and report to be issued would be as per revised engagement. To avoid confusion, reader, report on rate service should not include reference to original audit engagement. Report on rate service would not include reference to original audit engagement. Any procedures that may have been performed in original engagement. Oh God. To avoid confusing reader, report on rate service do not include reference to original audit engagement or any procedure that may have been performed in original audit, except where audit engagement tends to agreed upon procedure and thus reference to procedures performed is a normal part of report. If terms of audit engagement are changed, auditor and management service and record new terms of engagement in an engagement or other sort of form of written agreement. What if auditor does not agree with change in terms of amendment does not permit to continue original audit engagement? Auditor shall withdraw from audit engagement where possible under law or regulation and determine any obligation to report circumstances to other parties like PCWD owner and regulators. Recurring audit engagements, new engagement letter. Recurring audit is audit which is performed by auditor over years assess whether circumstances require terms of audit engagement to be revised or whether there is a need to remind entity of existing terms of audit engagement and not to send new audit engagement letter each period. Following factors make it appropriate to revise terms of audit engagement or remind entity of existing terms. Any indication that entity misunderstands the objective and scope of audit, any revised or special terms of audit engagement, a significant change in nature and size of entity's business, a a serious change in senior management, a significant change in ownership, significant change in legal and regulatory requirements, change in FRF adopted in financial statement preparation of financial statement, change in other reporting framework. Sorry, other reporting requirements. Done. Hi Hers, are you there? No, actually, I am preparing group 2 first, then planning to give group 1 on January 27. Thank you, Prava. Prava. Okay, Prava. Thank you, Prava. Um, Prava. Maybe I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, but sorry for that. And thank you so much. Thanks to those who are subscribing my channel without knowing me, just for supporting me. Thank you so much.
তুমি করতে
কাকে?
ক্যালকুলেশনটা তো জানতেই না, দিনের পর মাছ খেয়ে বসে আছে। স্কুল করতে
আমি তো বললাম যে এখন তো চলছে, একটু পরে দিচ্ছি। সুইচ দিয়ে নিয়ে নাহলে আমার চোখে লাগছে না, ন্যাচারালিটি করছি। ওই সুইচটা বন্ধ করেছো? hearing. Oh, hello. Are you there, Abhijit? Entertain worker. Are you there still? I missed your comment. I was actually searching some information. So okay. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Were were Barvini. Well, Nisha. Maybe Nisha is your name. Hello, Nisha. Are you also a CA student? What are you searching in ChatGPT? Yes, actually, I was searching something related to YouTube, my contents. Searching, is there any scope to monetize my channel within within 6 months or not? So I saw maybe there is no scope still now. Let's see later. As I see my average view percentage is very low, that's why. This challenge I started when I was in college. I used to teach English in this channel. Maybe 4 lectures I uploaded about English grammar, and then I stopped. I quit due to immaturity. Then I restarted. Then MCOM lectures. Some MCOM lectures I have some students or friends. They are with me. They are in my college. They used to learn from my lectures. I feel very happy that time. For monetization, you need at least one seven. Yes, I know. Yes, you are absolutely right. Also. No, you are not wrong. 1K subscriber needed. And then I again stopped after my MCOM lectures. There was a huge view time and subscribers was increasing. Then I again stopped due to my CA group preparation and also MCOM preparation. Then I stopped for 80 days and now I restarted with live because presentation lectures like PPT I made, I used to teach there. Uh, that needs a huge time, but I don't have time now, so I just went live and tried to do my own study because I have first priority now. CA with income kind of hard to. Yeah, first year cleared. Last month's first year cleared, and in September, CA exam was. And sorry, I'm getting nervous. Well, in September's income exam will held and CA exam also. So managing is tough, but okay, it's better for. You can talk in Bengali. I can. No, I want to improve myself in communication with English. So I'm trying to. I know I'm not good at, but I'm trying to improve. I'm practicing. I'm a learner now. Well, that was my some of my inner thoughts I shared. Thank you. Trying to. You know, it's hard to go on with the unemployment and study in this year. Like 25 years old I am now, but still unemployed and studying. It's quite hard, but okay, acceptable. Better than job. I have experience in MNC, so did you? No, I have not cleared it because I'm pursuing MCOM in a distance college. So their timing is not mm, professional. Like uh, 2 years course, they are organizing in 4 years. It's worse. I can tell you the name Netaji Subhas Open University. Only first year completed now, and second year is pending. In September, second year's exam going to be held maybe. Let's see. I don't know because Netaji Subhas Open Universities, organizations, managements are very bad. Man, I am a boy, so I know about what it feels to be an employee. Yes, and then family pressure. Yes, of course. Specifically in this age, at this age, 25 years old, for a girl, there is lots of pressure like marriages and all. However, my family is very supportive. Well, I have shared you some inner thoughts. Now I have to go. Thank you everyone for supporting me, for joining my session. Without seeing my face, it's maybe it's not interesting, but still you are watching me, still you are supporting me. That's a lot for me. সো নেক্সট সেশন কখন রাখা যায়? 9টা বাজে। আমার তো সেশন এন্ড করতেও ইচ্ছে করছে না, কেননা এখন সব একটা সাবজেক্ট পড়লাম এতক্ষণ ধরে, ভোর 5টা থেকে শুধু অডিট পড়া হয়েছে এতক্ষণে, এখনো কস্টিং বাকি, এফএমএসএম বাকি। Yes, I'm feeling very happy that I have a community. Maybe 1 or 2%, but that's not matter. Man, from 5. Yes, from 5 a.m. Today, from today, actually. Yesterday, I woke at 5:30 a.m. and then started my life. But today, from 5 a.m. and uh, until up to my exam. Okay, till my exam, I will continue 5 a.m. live. Yes, I have to take a break now. I even have not taken my breakfast yet. So after breakfast, I will join again maybe. Everyone is a hard worker in their own path, right? Everyone has different stories, different path, different struggles. We all are battling. Yes, I started and it was interesting. But after that, interesting. I like it. I will continue. I will complete my ratio analysis chapter from him. I decided. Let's see. Due to see, as I woke at 5 a.m. and yesterday also 5:30 a.m. So I went to sleep at night 10 p.m. So my lecture was not completed yesterday. Today I will complete for sure. Today target is ratio analysis, and in costing my target and my day wise structure routine also I written, but I'm not able to follow it every day. It's taking longer than expected. Today I'm planning to do in costing, employee costing is almost done, but I just was lecture. Whenever I try to solve any practical question from myself, I feel stuck and facing difficulties. I don't know why, but I have to figure out it. Okay, so today employee costing marathon, or okay, employee costing marathon, RTP, MTP, PYQ. In Sunil sir's lectures, RTP, MTP, PYQ is covered, Abhijit? If yes, then I will do from him. And after, if I am able to complete employees costing marathon lecture today, then I will touch overhead chapter. Okay. And your secretary, so it's obviously you fixed. Yes. এমনিতেও মানে প্রথম থেকেই আমি দেখেছি আমার থিওরিতে একটু বেশি কমফোর্টেবল, আর প্র্যাকটিক্যাল একটু ভয় লাগে করতে গেলেই, কিন্তু করতে তো হবেই। চুজ করেছি পথটা যখন, নিজের ইচ্ছাতেই করেছি, ভালো লাগে। আর থিওরিতে যদিও বা স্ট্রং ছিলাম, তারপরেও অডিটে এত বাজে নাম্বার বলার কথা না, তো কি আর করা যায়। Okay, fine. Then I will prepare from him, Sunil sir. Okay, I will prefer him. You know the best part? All are strangers here. Even you also don't know me, did not see me yet. Still, you are not judging me. My languages, my communication skills, you are not judging. So, and I feel comfortable and feel confident to talk in life. Even if I made some wrong, overall maximum wrong, still ठीक है चलता है. Audit and law both are tough, but if you read and practice it every day, you will feel confident. Yes, and mostly written practice. Written practice is must. I felt from previous attempt. So written practice have to do. Okay, I will do. I have to do. Let's see. চলো টাটা সবাইকে টাটা টাটা অভিজিৎ পরে দেখা হবে মেবি 10টা থেকে হয়তো লাইভে আসবো আবার একটু ফ্রেশ হয়ে নিই ব্যাস bye everyone. Thank you for lots of support, likes, subscribes. one of you subscribed my channel and again took it back, but no problem. Chalta hai. Okay, bye bye. I'm ending my live session here. Bye everyone.